When you're talking about roaming houses, of course, there is two thinking around this. There is custom built brand new roaming houses where you get the tax benefits, where you get all of the bells and the whistles. And then you're talking about established homes, which are big houses, 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 5-bedroom, 6-bedroom, 2-bathroom houses, where people are actually converting them into, 7 or 8-bedroom rooming houses with two shared, say, for example, toilets to push the yield up. And naturally, what you are saying is that the overall fixed cost still remains the same. Yes, you have to pay for the bills. Yes, you have to, catch all of those insurances and water bills, etc. But, that uptick of, getting so much rental in place still leaves you with a healthy amount of cash flow back into your pocket. The other important question is, who finances them? I know that there was a big question previously, right? As to, okay, how do you work these finances out?
Oh, you and I know that it has been an absolute sort of wild goose chase to find the right financial solution for this. Because for a long time, the major banks did not want to really, they didn't know how to deal with this type of product, because they're like,
yes,
well, it's like a house, but there's 6 or 9 bedrooms. And because the 6 or 9 bedrooms, I actually think it's going to be less attractive for someone to buy, which is really quite odd, because these properties, they would gross over 100,000 a year. That's 6 figures we're talking about. You're talking about having, 6 strategies for 6 figures. However, the banks would look at it and go, I'm really not sure what this is. It's high risk. It's I'm going to make sure the LVRs are really unattractive. So, you'd have to have 60% LVR, 70% LVR, almost treating it like a commercial property to a certain extent.
Yes.
But not valuing it as you would have. But
yeah.
We're seeing now as this becomes a little bit more mainstream, or the lenders are seeing that the model works. The lenders are seeing that there is a demand for it. We are starting to see lenders who are going, hey, actually, this is a really cool product which creates really strong income. There's a demand for it. Why don't we combine the benefits of a cap rate, like a commercial rate, and value it to a pseudo commercial rate as well? So there it lies. We talked about not just the cash flow aspect of it, but if you're building one of these brand new and purpose built, then there's this extra bonus of an equity uplift as well, which we're not seeing in a lot of house and land builds, right? The traditional house, like when I say traditional, like how you're doing house and land at the moment, we're struggling to get the valuations because build is so expensive. However, with rooming and being able to throw in that other level of cap rate, we're starting to see that, aren't you?
Yes. And if I can explain that through an example so the listeners can understand it a bit better, a 9-bedroom, 9-bathroom, so I'm building 3 of them at this stage, 1 for myself, 2 for the clients, potentially going to build 10 of these, at least this side of June. And so if you think about the numbers, we acquired, or I'll talk about myself one. I bought the land for about $250, which is a 700 square meter block in an RGZ zone. Of course, it's not metro, but it's very close to metro. It's still non-metro. I'm building a 9-bedroom custom design house on this 9-bedroom, 9-bathroom, expecting a rent of around $300. So crossing it at about $140,000 a year. Even if you take worst case scenario, say 90% occupancy, not 100% occupancy, you're still looking at $125,000 to $120,000 gross. You take the income out, so all the expenses paid, you're looking at $90,000 net. You take the mortgage out, you're almost looking at about, in today's terms, say 6%. Even if I assume 6% interest rate, we are talking at about $50,000 net return every year. Now, this is where the interesting bit is, where you're talking about these are residential products in today's time, and so they're giving residential interest rates on these, but are being valued at commercial valuation. So a product like this costed me around 950 to build, including the land price. Yeah. Valued because they are valued based on commercial valuation. So you have to show them what the value of the leases are. You have to show them what, these are rented at, usually in some of these areas. And so the commercial valuation of the property was actually $1 million, not 950. So it was slightly higher, which is good. But it's not significantly higher because what they do is they take a much more conservative approach. And so while they are giving us a cap rate of, I think, around 6.75% or 6.5%, the rent that they're assuming is only around $240 or $250 per week. Okay, whereas these are actually rented at $300 or $290 or $280, $285 to $290 per week, sometimes even $300 per week. And so at completion, once you put the full tenancy in place and you have all the rooms tenanted and you go back to do the valuation, because the cap rate doesn't change, the valuation automatically jumps. And so 8 months down the track, you've done the build, you've put the tenants in there. Because these are single story, very quick and easy and dirty to build, you can almost push the valuation from $1 million to almost 1.3, 1.4 million in this particular product I'm talking about, right? For places where the cap rates are different, you can get significantly higher valuations as well. So from my perspective, I'm saying, okay, $1 million, the bank wanted me to put 20%, so I put $200,000 in, 1.3 million, I get my money back, plus something on the top. I can do one every year and generate $50,000. And so I'm technically making almost like $80,000 just by doing one, plus an extra rental of $50K. I do two every year, or one every 2 years, say, for example. Two of these is $100,000. Four of these is, people are ready to retire, right? More from a cash flow perspective.